It's Nana Darkoa Sichiama. I live in Community 11 Tema, and I am registered to vote in this year's election. I absolutely plan to vote. Voting is a civic responsibility and one that I personally think every responsible citizen should take seriously. There are several issues which are important to me in every election cycle, including this one. The first is that campaign promises made should be kept. And when promises are not kept, we, the citizens, should demand why not, and not just let the politicians off the hook like we normally do. I'm very concerned about the state of our health systems. We still have embarrassingly high maternal rates, and this is an area that our governments need to focus on. I also think the state of mental health services in this country is abhorrent. I believe we currently have something like 7 practicing psychiatrists in the whole country. And for a country of close to 25 million people, that's just simply ridiculous. The Accra Psychiatric Hospital is in a sorry state, and from one of ANAS's exposés, we know it's riddled with drugs. So people go in there with one issue, and they may come out with more than one issue to deal with. In the northern region of Ghana, for example, the work of visual activists such as Nani Kwame has shown that out of desperation, families are tying their mentally unwell relatives to trees to restrict their movement, when perhaps all these people need would be a combination of medication, talk therapy, and some professional help. I don't even want to start talking about the number of people who are taking their relatives to prayer camps because they're mentally unwell. And this is what shows you that there is something missing. There's a crucial service that the state is not providing for us, the people. Mental illnesses affects people from all social classes across the country, and it's something that I think we need to deal with now. Education is also very important to me. I want everyone to have access to good quality education, and also the kind of education that teaches critical thinking, that encourages us to read, to question, to create. I expect Ghana's next president to walk the talk. I am sick and tired of presidential candidates making huge promises and delivering very little. I also expect the next president to be more active in the work of the African Union. As we all know, the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the African continent. This means even if Ghana has smooth, peaceful elections, conflicts in neighboring countries will affect us. If there is a proliferation of arms in northern Mali, for example, those arms will find its way to our country's borders. If the activities of Boko Haram are not curbed in Nigeria, those same issues can affect our country. So, in my opinion, the president of Ghana absolutely has to have this country as a priority whilst honoring our Pan-African roots. If I were president of Ghana, I would simply walk my talk. I would do what I say I will do. Any campaign promises I make, I would have researched those campaign promises well to make sure that this is a campaign promise I can fulfill. So yes, I would not just talk, but I would do as I say. Ghana's next presidential elections will take place on the 7th of December. Anyone who is 18 or over registered to vote should participate. And yes, this is my audio for Ghana Decides Ghana Tag project. And I would also like to tag 3 of my friends. I'd like to tag Crystal Spanica, who is publisher for Dust Accra. I would like to tag my very, very, very dear friend. We call each other BFFFL, which stands for Best Friend for Freaking Life, Malaika Jechi. Even though she's a Ghanaian in the diaspora and I know doesn't have the right to vote, I will still want to hear her views. I would also like to tag my dear friend and publisher, editor for Dust Accra, Kobe Graham. So, at Kobe Graham, at Abnad Jechi, at Naughty in Accra, you've been tagged.